Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of VMTV Vaults with myself, Kyle Dimond, and my guest for this episode is Violent Money's own Dom Woodin. Dom made his Cage Warriors debut over the weekend at the Trilogy with an incredible first round finish. If you haven't seen the clip, go check it out. It is a beautiful sequence. We talked about that, obviously. We talked about his goals going forward. He doesn't want to stay in Cage Warriors for long. He wants to, get gone and see what else is on the horizon. We talked about his time in Bellator, and I will let the man tell you all about it himself. So without further ado, the Black Panther, Mr. Dom Woodin. So normally, Dom, I would start this with talking about how we got to this point, go through some other things. But I feel like off the back of the performance on Cage Warriors, we just got to go straight into that, because even though I was incredibly impressed by the performance, which we'll get to, the thing that stayed in my head from the weekend, one of the main points from the trilogy, I think, was the statement that you made. It wasn't just the performance; it was the going up to the camera and saying "that's one." It was just from start to finish, it was a complete debut in my eyes. What was your thoughts on it, and what was the statement that you were trying to make?
That's like everything you're saying there. That's exactly how I planned. That's how I saw it in my head. Do you know what I mean? Going into that fight, I felt like I had a point to prove. Do you know what I mean? I was coming off 2 losses, and obviously after those 2 losses, I made major changes within my training and just certain things I was doing outside of training and fighting. Do you get what I'm saying? So I literally had to switch everything up, in order for me to get to that point. Do you get what I'm saying? So obviously, like the way how everyone saw the debut, the way you saw the debut is exactly how I envisioned it. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't. I said this from the get go. I said Cameron was a game opponent, but he just wasn't on my level. Do you get what I'm saying? And I clearly showed that. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's exactly how I envisaged the whole sequence going. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, what I loved about it is a lot of the time when people talk about statements in MMA and stuff, they want to know what have you got to say afterwards, who do you want to fight, stuff like that. But you were just straight to the point. That's one done, debut out the way. Like, let's go again. Was
Yeah.
that the idea going in as well? It's just get that win and let's keep going.
Listen, the thing is, like, I'm going through it by numbers. I'm gonna be knocking down these bantamweights like bowling pins. You get what I'm saying? So Cameron Hardy was the first one. So that was one. Do you know what I mean? So the next one I want that makes sense to me is Liam Gittins. Do you know what I mean? He fought my teammate Emra Somnez on Thursday. Um, so I thought, you know what? So I thought to myself, you know what? Let me get through. I'll get through Cameron, and after I can have Liam next, and after I'll get through him, and then get through to the title. Do you get what I'm saying? So even Nathan Fletcher, do you know what I mean? Like the thing is, it's like I'm like one of the most experienced guys on the roster. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm a young vet. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm like one of the most experienced guys on the roster. Do you know what I mean? So obviously these guys like Liam, Nathan, they're all like kind of like coming up. I've been there, done that, and I'm still young. Do you know what I mean? So and I'm getting dangerous as the years are going. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously obviously even throughout my losses. Do you know what I mean? Like adversity gives you the strength to come back stronger. Do you get what I'm saying? So obviously everyone saw that last Friday, and like I said, I'm looking to knock these guys down like bowling pins. You know what I mean? Like really and truly, I'm like one of the top contenders in the bantamweight division. Do you get what I'm saying? So there's me, uh, Liam Gittins now, Nathan Fletcher, and Jack Cartwright. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know if Jack Cartwright is still with Cage Warriors. I've been hearing some stuff like he's out of his contract now, and he's probably waiting to get signed by UFC or whatnot. If that's the case, then it's obviously me, Nathan Fletcher, and Liam Gittins. And the thing is, I will smoke both of them. I'll smoke both of them in one night. Do you get what I'm saying? And then the thing is that's what I know. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, with coming in with that debut, I'm telling you, a lot of bantamweights are trembling. And I'm telling you that it's straight violent money out here. Do you know what I mean? So I ain't playing no games.
Did you get a chance to watch their performances over the weekend, both Gittins and Fletcher? I'm just wondering if what you thought of them.
Yeah, I saw Liam Gittins' fight, obviously because he was fighting my teammate the day before my fight. So obviously I was in a hotel room watching that. But as for Nathan Fletcher's, I didn't see his. I didn't see his. I'll probably watch it sometime soon. But I didn't see it. But like I said, like I'm a different type of bantamweight, and the thing is, all these guys know that. Do you know what I mean? I'm a different type of bantamweight, and everyone sees me as a striker. But the thing is, it's like I fight these grapplers, and it's like they could shoot in on me and take me down so easy until they shoot on my hips and they feel how heavy my hips are and how hard it is to get me down. Do you get what I'm saying? So everyone had, like Mike Tyson says, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. Do you get what I'm saying? So like Cameron Hardy, for example, he's known to be a striker. Do you know what I mean? But I'm a different type of striker. Do you know what I mean? I'm a venomous striker. Pinpoint, pinpoint. I'm literally a sniper. Do you know what I mean? So any of these bantamweights get clipped by any of my shots, it ain't gonna last long for these guys. Do you know what I mean?
I think, like, obviously, like I said, like normally going into an interview where we're talking about a debut and stuff like that, we talk about the performance and stuff, but I don't know how much there is to talk about with that performance because there's not really much.
I'll tell you what about that performance. Really and true. I was going into that fight pissed off.
Mm,
Pissed off in a good way.
yeah,
Reason being because, listen, I know like Cage Wars is a great show and whatnot, but the thing is, the way I feel, I should be on shows higher. Do you get what I'm saying? So
yeah,
obviously, kind of like come back down from obviously from being with Bellator and coming back down. I'll say coming back down in terms of pay scale. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It pissed me off. So obviously now I've got to prove a point to get back up to that point, get back up to where I know I should be. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like just my time being with Cadro is it's not gonna be too long. Do you know what I mean? Like the way I see how things are gonna go, I'm gonna freaking derail through this division. I'm telling you, and it's not gonna take long because there's not much bantamweights about. Do you get what I'm
Mm,
saying? And things I'm up there. Do you know what I mean? I'm up there. And the thing is, to put me on a freaking prelim as a second fight, I found that disrespectful. That's what pissed me off even more as well. Do you know what I mean? So shows like Cage Wars, I'm a freaking main card fighter. I'm a main card fighter. I ain't no prelim fighter. Do you get what I'm saying? So, and I showed that. Do you know what I
mm,
mean? So just being with Cage Wars, I'm pissed off in a good way. And
yeah.
being pissed off in a good way is gonna make me perform and make me freaking kill guys like the way how I killed Cameron on Friday. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I found that really weird when I saw, because when I originally saw that you'd signed to Cage Warriors, I thought, okay, that's brilliant. Thinking about the bantamweight division, and like you said, there aren't a lot of competitors there already. So I was thinking, okay, so probably going to go, straight in at the top, I would imagine. Um, so when you were put in that position, I thought that was very strange. When did you find out about that?
I found out as soon as I checked into the hotel when we had to check in. Obviously, I saw the list. I saw the list of the card, and I saw myself I was second. And on top of that, what pissed me off even more, I was in a freaking blue. Like I know this is like minor things, but this freaking pissed me off. I was in a blue corner. I'm the home fighter. I live in London.
Mm,
My man is coming from Darlington up in Newcastle to be in the red corner and coming out second. That shit just pissed me off. Do you know what I mean? So
mm,
all all of that mixed
yeah,
in made me freaking perform like that. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not here to play games. I'm here to freaking get in, knock these guys down like bowling pins, get that title, and dip out. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. Totally. Do you think that that is potentially down to your record? Because I think that, like, when I see a record like yours, I obviously I don't just judge it straight away off of the numbers. I look through, watch some of the fights and stuff, and I'm like, the record doesn't speak at all to your ability. Like that's very clear to see, like from the off. So, do you feel like that has an impact on the way that? First of all, I think you shocked a lot of people, even though there are a ton of people who know how good you are. There are a ton of people who don't as well. So I think the performance shocked so many people. And do you think that that record plays into it in terms of where you were placed and stuff like that, in terms of the respect that you get from the rest of the European sort of like fighters in the division and stuff like that?
I don't know about the record, but I would say one thing I would say about my record, it really does not match my
Mm.
abilities. You know what I mean? Like, I turned pro in 2015. I took fights that no one didn't want to take. Do you know what I mean? I've been through a lot. Do you know what I mean? Since I turned pro, obviously I ain't got much. I've only got 11 pro fights since 2015. I feel like I should be up to like 20 fights right now. Do you know what I mean? But
Mm.
obviously, a lot of things were being a lot of decisions weren't made correctly earlier on. A lot of misjudgment and just the people that I was around at the time. Do you know what I mean? And just being mishandled a bit. I'd say. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms of the record, like obviously I was on before this fight. I was on a 2-fight losing streak. So obviously people gonna start down you. It's expected. Do you know what I mean? Even your
Yeah.
close ones are gonna tell you, but it's expected. I expect it. Just so I had to just keep my head down, keep grafting, and keep working because obviously there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and I already knew I was gonna see the light, and obviously the light. I got to the light on Friday. Do you know what I mean? So record like. To be honest with you, I'll be very honest with you. You see guys like Nathan Fletcher, for example, he's 6-0 right now. I'm telling you now, he don't want to fight me. Reason why he don't want to fight me because he's got unblemished record. He's 6-0. He's coming up. He don't want to fight someone that's got seven wins and 4 losses right now. Do you know what I mean? Because
Mm.
the thing is, I used to look at guys with like my record, like this guy's a journeyman, but that's not the case. You got to look at who they're fighting. Do you
Mm.
get what I'm saying? So I look people with fighters with records, good fighters with records like myself. I just look at their records as like good experience. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether they're wins or losses. Do you know what I mean? Because it's who you come up against and where you're fighting. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of these guys, they build up their records fighting on regional domestic shows, not fighting good fighters. You get what I'm saying? So I'm battle tested. I tell you that. I tell you that for sure. I'm battle tested. You know what I mean? So like in terms of record and stuff, and Cadro has misplaced me on the card. I don't know if that plays a part, but all I know is I felt disrespected being second on the prelim. Do you know what I mean? Like
Mm.
what kind of bullshit was that, man? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think with judging records as well, it's definitely something I do in terms of you have to think about the time as well, because you can look at a record and say this one looks more impressive than that one, but time is so important to that. Like if the Dominic Wooding from today fought the one that debuted in Bellator, it probably, it'd be a completely dominate fight. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's all about timing, and so I'm always confused by that. How do you look back at that time in Bellator now? Now that you've kind of moved on and you've started this next stage of where you're going in your career, how do you look back on that time in Bellator?
I'd say my time in Bellator. I think that experience it just gave me a little taste of how it's gonna be like when I get into the UFC in the near future. Do you know what I mean? Just obviously being in such big shows like that. Like even before
Yeah,
Bellator, I fought for ACB. Do you know what I mean? That's another big show, big European international show, I could say. Do you know what I mean? So I got a little taste of how it is, and a little taste of the type of money I could be making it in the near future, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So obviously now with my last couple lessons I had to go through, I had to obviously correct things, which I have done, and obviously take sometimes like you have to take 2 steps back to make one big step forward or five
mm,
steps forward. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's how I feel where I'm at right now. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously Cadra is a good place for me to be right now because obviously I've been Bellator, done ACB. Now I want to try and now I want not I don't even know why I'm saying try it. Now I want to get in the UFC. Do you know what I mean? So now I'm going through my quest to get up there. Do you know what I mean? So and that journey has started on Friday.
how if you had to put a guess together, how long do you reckon you're being Cage Warriors for?
Honestly, with things going accordingly and me giving devastating performances like that, not too long, man.
Mm,
You got to realize, like, the type of fighting style I have. I don't even like. I don't even really need to get the belt. The type of fighting style I have, as Brad Wharton said it, I'm a prolific finisher. Do you know what I mean? That's what Dana likes. I don't even need to get the belt in order to get into the UFC. Do you know what I mean? So, but obviously, it is a good perk to have. Obviously, to get the Cage Warriors belt. Obviously, that's my goal, to get the belt. But I'd say within like 8 months, I'll have that bantamweight belt. Do you know what I mean? Within 7-8 months. Just, it's all, listen, this game is funny, man. It's all about timing.
Yeah.
It's all about, you know what I mean? So things happen in funny ways. Do you know what I mean? So you just never know, man. You never know. But I'm saying within like 7 or 8 months, I'll have that belt around my waist. You know what I mean? Yeah. As of right now, I feel like the division is running scared after seeing my debut like that. Do you know what I mean? Like I wrote a tweet out. I wrote a tweet out yesterday calling out Liam Gittins and Nathan Fletcher. I didn't hear nothing from them. Do you know what I mean? These guys, they don't want to fight me. Do you know what I mean? They don't want to fight me. And when I do get up there and fight them, I'll just show everyone again why I should be fighting elsewhere. Do you know what I mean? Higher. Do you know what I mean? Places like UFC. Do you know what I mean? So just all to do with timing, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, like I know, my time is coming, and I feel like I'm on the right track.
Yeah, definitely, man. All right, well, that's everything, man. So thank you so much for your time. Violent Money Tour. Can't wait for the next one. And let's go, man. Excited to see what happens.
Yeah, man. Mission 2 coming. Soon coming.
Sweet, mate. All right, thanks for your time, man. I'll catch you in a bit.
Nice one.
Nice one, bro. Cheers. Thank you for watching this episode of VMTV Vaults with myself, Kyle Dimond, and my guest for this episode, Mr. Dom Woodin. If you haven't seen Dom's debut in Cage Warriors, you can check that out on UFC Fight Pass. We can't wait to see what is next for him in that Cage Warriors bantamweight division. Until then, hit subscribe so you don't miss an episode of VMTV Vaults and episodes of The Violent Mike that come out every Friday at 8. Until then, goodbye.